we are kind of live.
Yeah, it's on your Discord.
Hold on.
Kind of live.
And there we go. It wouldn't be a show without some sort of screw up from my end.
Ritual.
We're getting
Don't mess
it.
with
We're
tradition.
getting it.
Right.
Don't mess with tradition.
So, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Weekly Gaming Update, your source for weekly gaming news. I'm Rob, and as always, I'm joined by my ever-gracious co-hosts, Jay, Bren, and Steve.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
You can find us live every Sunday here on Twitch, here on Facebook, and you can find the recap in video form on YouTube's on Monday and in audio on most major podcast broadcast services on Monday around 2-ish, depending on how long it takes to upload, because with this pandemic, nothing likes uploading on time.
Nope.
You can also go to our website, which normally has all of our videos too, and the link for that will be in the description. I guess I need to put that on Facebook too. But let's start this show off how we start every show. What have you guys been playing, watching, buying, and doing? Jay, you want to start?
Yes, sir. So, let me just say, you're getting better at that.
I know, right?
Anyway, I've been playing Call of Duty. I've been putting a hell of work into Ark. Bought it earlier, I think Monday or so, and I've already put like 30 hours into it because that game just sucks your life.
Nice.
But right, dinos, and that's important. Anyway, so I've been doing that for gaming wise. Also been dealing with this whole move and shifting around, so I haven't really had much time to stream.
Big changes coming in your life.
Big changes. Hopefully, we can have the whole background be something a lot more cooler.
Big mood. Big mood.
But anyways, I've been watching. So I restarted the Wu-Tang on Hulu series because I love me some Wu-Tang. Still trying to work my way through Sopranos, but the HBO Now app sucks. Unfortunately, like if you stop and don't finish an episode, you need to remember exactly what part you're on, or because it doesn't save it. So,
Rip.
Nice.
Mainly because of that, I haven't been really watching it. But yeah, so that's about it. I haven't really been buying anything. Been saving. Yeah, I got to make that bread.
Right.
And I just finished a video with Nick Rekieta talking about a. Well, I mean, you guys can see it.
It's a great video.
And
I watched it.
You have links on your Facebook for that, right?
Yeah.
So if you go to the...
And the fun fact is, I actually had my general manager and the person that owns the company, the president of my company, go, "You did a good interview." And I'm like, "Thank you so much."
So if you're on...
Now, can I get some kind of bonus check out of this?
Right.
I mean, I was able to make overtime when we couldn't make overtime, so at least I got 3 hours of overtime.
Right. So
Nice.
if you guys are in Twitch, you can go to the streamer links point that I posted. And there's links to all of ours, including Jay's, where he has links to that interview he's talking about.
It's a linkception. There's a link inside of a link inside of a link.
Right. I love it.
What are you doing, Jay? You're just like all over the...
Well, it's a deception thing, you know. The audience would get it.
So, Bren, you want to go?
I bought two things this week.
Two, not one, but two.
So, I mean, the one kind of jacked me off at first. I was a little upset about that. And I should have known it was a little too good to be true.
Uh-oh. Was it from Wish?
No, I don't buy anything from Wish. Are you kidding me? I bought Black Ops 2 Hardened Edition.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't even planning on buying this. It was just an item I was watching on eBay. And then the seller contacted me, said, "Hey, I'll knock off 20% if you buy it right now."
Oh, dude.
Can't beat that.
It was listed for 25. He was willing to take off 5 for me to buy it right now with free shipping. So I was like, I can't beat that.
Heck no.
Yeah, right.
There's Rob, we'll do a little unboxing on it as soon as I get the other part, the one that jacked me off.
Cool.
So I found Black Ops 1 Hardened Edition on eBay as well for $10. Should have known it was a little too good to be true. Package came in.
Damn internet.
And I opened it, and it is just the base copy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Let me just say though, the fact that you were looking for the hardened edition and you're talking about jacking off, hilarious.
Right?
Phrasing.
Phrase. Is that still a thing?
Yeah.
Coincidence? I think not.
No, definitely not.
Is phrasing still a thing?
The seller, I
Maybe.
contacted the seller about a refund, and he just gave me the money back and was like, you know what, just keep the game.
Oh, nice.
No shit.
Yeah.
So,
Sweet.
that's nice.
So other than those two, I haven't played 14 at all the last week. Actually, the last 2 weeks, I think.
Dude, you're not missing much.
Blasphemy.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I've been playing Trails of Cold Steel, the first one.
Nice.
Nice.
Just, been missing that JRPG, just chill out, a lot of story, do a little bit of grinding. Let me
Right.
tell you, that game is very heavy on story.
Oh, yeah.
Probably
Nice.
at least 20, 30-minute cutscenes and stuff and chatting.
Yo,
Get that chatting.
Right.
Yeah.
Slow text roll.
I played Black Ops 4 Zombies. I did that online during a stream. I wasn't feeling it that night, so I didn't even set up my camera and anything. I just went live and played for a little bit.
Yeah, I see.
Please tell me you listen to the Cranberries while playing Zombies. Please.
No.
Oh.
Bad
Well, I
Wolf
mean-
cover is also acceptable.
It is.
The Bad
yes,
Wolf cover is
acceptable.
excellent, yes.
It's acceptable, yes.
Unfortunately, I don't have the stones to play copyrighted music on my streams.
Oh, fuck, my bad.
No,
Yeah.
it's not as bad on Twitch as it is on
Just-
Facebook.
dude,
They'll
dude.
get you like an hour later going, you copyrighted.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
just
won't get caught as long as I don't try to shame people into subscriber money.
Listen,
Like
Bren, so
someone did.
just do the Facebook thing where people think if you put I don't own the music then it won't do anything. Just start doing that. I don't own the rights to this music like Facebook tells you.
Rob used copyright-free music in his streams, and they still took it down.
Yeah, they stopped.
Damn.
Facebook stopped me live. Like, just ended my live stream halfway
Yeah.
through because of it.
Nope. Wow.
Yeah.
And
Which is funny because it's the music in the game.
Well, no. I was using Pretzel Rock, which is
Oh, okay.
a copyright-free app, and they kind of screwed me over.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what happened to me. I was literally playing music from the game, and they're like, "Hey, you're playing Dragon Ball, and Head Shala is a copyrighted song." I'm like, "Duh, it's in the Dragon Ball game."
I'm playing the game. Like, it's in the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So, yep, I've been playing the JRPG for a little bit. Did zombies. We didn't do. Did we? No, we didn't do Modern Warfare, did we?
yeah, we did.
I don't remember. I think
We did.
Monday night
Monday night.
we did Plunder.
And we did a trio
We got
as a duo.
we got close.
We did trios as duos, and we were doing, like, really good.
We got up to what, about almost 800K.
Yeah, we were in the
damn,
top 10
son.
every time for two of us. So this week, hopefully, Jay's joining us.
Oh, there ain't no hopefully. I'm unemployed now.
So Jay's joining us, and hopefully
I'll be doing.
Yay.
I'm setting
I love
up
it how
the
we're all, like, in order. They fixed it.
right.
Yeah.
But anyway, but yeah. So hopefully, I'll have the original crew, Synergy, and Saturday night for my Monday, and then later that night, it's gonna be you guys.
Yeah,
So
buddy.
Plunder.
I'm excited. That's a good thing too, because I'm usually play the regular battle royale.
Nice.
Then we could just go to Plunder with us.
Yes. So, Steve, what have you been watching, playing, doing, buying?
Just mostly playing. I've decided to start learning some Savage fights
Nice.
in 14. E5, so like Ramu Daddy. Savage.
Nice. Watching anything?
And actually, no, I haven't listened to a lot of music. I haven't really been watching anything. Oh, so speaking of watching, Disney Plus, I think the 4th, they're going to put Rise of the Skywalker.
Oh,
on
that reminds
Disney
me. I'll be
Plus.
right back.
What the heck is he doing?
He's got to show it off.
Oh,
You know what he's got to show off, Brandon, with you being a collector as well.
not in public. Not on public stream.
Well, as long as you don't show underboob, Twitch is all right with it.
I have to show you guys this. Like, oh my god, it's amazing. I have Blue Panther milk.
Oh God!
What? Yeah, the
Oh,
turters.
I
Oh my
saw
god,
that.
the turters. Yes.
I thought you were going to end up showing that Steelbook Rise of Skywalker, but no.
No, I
But it's
have,
Turner's and blue milk. It's
I
blue
have
milk.
blue bantha milk.
That's
Yes.
great.
Wrote on it, May the 4th.
Yes. Yes.
And then you drink it, and you end up getting the baby shits.
It's a risk you're willing to take.
It is.
Yeah,
A risk
right.
It
you're
is.
willing to take.
Whenever I find that, I had to buy it. I was like, yes.
To be honest, I kind of want you to experiment with that. I don't want you to send me pictures. Just tell me
If my-
what it does to your body.
So they
Day
had,
one.
They had another one that was the same color. It was birthday cake milk,
Mm.
and it was amazing.
That actually sounds pretty.
I tried drinking that, man. That thing is so thick.
So what I did,
How many-
I
how
had a
many
little
Cs?
glass of it that was really good, and then I took it and I mixed it with cookies and cream ice cream and made a milkshake with it.
Ooh.
What?
Cookies and cream
What?
birthday cake milkshake. Like, dude.
Stop, stop,
You're
stop. I
gonna
can
break.
only
You're gonna
get
break.
so erect.
Phrasing.
It's diabetes in a bottle.
Right? Yeah. I'm
No,
sorry.
that wasn't phrasing. That was a direct, erection comment right there.
Okay, Archer.
So
Gotcha.
Steve, I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you finish your
Oh, you're good. I was just saying, I can't wait to watch some Rise of the Skywalker. See what that big hype's about. See if
Okay.
it's good. Because
That's
you were saying
probably-
last time, like, you liked it up to a certain point. Yeah, I know.
I can't do it. I already got spoilers told to me, but I
will find you and I will slap you.
I'm not gonna spoil you.
I have a particular set of skills, sir.
Nice.
Slap me.
Mike said you need vanilla vodka.
I do. That'd probably be really good with that too, for alcohol.
I mean, we
Alcoholic
did vanilla
milkshakes.
Soulies.
alcoholic milkshakes, birthday cake milk with Oreos, cookies and cream ice cream, and vanilla vodka.
There you
So-
go.
You're killing me.
Sounds like a party in your mouth.
Right?
Exclusive party.
White girl wasted right there.
I'm gonna get white girl wasted.
So as for me, I've been playing 7 a little bit. I'm going to be starting The Last of Us because I never played the original because I'm slacking.
Blasphemy.
I know.
How can you be a Sony fanboy and say that?
I know.
Oof.
I
Oof.
wasn't into like zombie video games and stuff like that. Do you know what got me into zombie video games? And it's something that we're going to
What?
be talking about in a little bit. Is Days Gone.
They're not even zombies. They're fungi monsters.
What in Days Gone?
The Last of Us.
See,
The
I
Last
didn't know
of Us
that.
isn't zombies.
I didn't.
Yeah,
know that.
it's
See,
so they actually took a real world parasite and kind of evolved it into.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
Okay, I know what you're talking about,
so
Jay.
I've
I know what
always
you're talking
wanted
about.
to actually play it. I just never got around to it. And then with the PlayStation Plus free game, it was like 6 months ago that they had it. And I acquired it, but I never started it because I was doing other things, and my backlog is huge because I never finish a game.
Same.
So
I
I
feel
didn't
you on
even
that.
look into it because I didn't want to ruin anything. Which, again, we're going to talk more about that later, too.
Let me tell you though, has anybody else played it?
Oh, yeah, Bren loves it.
The Last of Us.
That
I
first-
finished it like 3 times.
The first part will probably make you cry because it about made me cry.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
For having a daughter, it gets you right in the feels.
Mhm.
Okay. Say no more.
Have a box of tissues right there, buddy.
So I
Don't
finished.
do it live.
I'm definitely, because me and Synergy are both streaming it now, and we got
Okay, you're gonna have that about him then, crying.
we got bets to see who's gonna finish it first, and we both don't finish games, so it's gonna be really good.
My money's on you just because you're my co-host.
Oh, well, thanks, bud. Yes.
Sorry, Stan.
So, yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing was Final Fantasy VII. And then on mobile, I started mobile gaming. I bought Final Fantasy Tactics. Kicking it
Nice.
off.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know we were talking mobile as well. I started playing another game on the mobile.
Well, I kind of
Besides Landgrisser?
like I seen it and I was like, dude, it's on sale for $5, and I've been wanting to play Tactics for a while because I haven't played it since PS3 days.
Mhm.
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick it up.
It's definitely one of those games where you have to have the dedication and the strategy
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, your characters just get wrecked. You get frustrated and you quit playing.
Right.
Fair enough.
As for watching, I finished The Last Kingdom season 3 and started season
Nice.
4.
Nice.
Right, season 4 is the new one. So
Yeah.
yeah, I started season 4. It's pretty good, man. I'm really loving that. Really digging it,
Yeah.
I mean, if it's as good as everybody says, I gotta wait till I watch it with the fiance.
dude. It's good.
Mm.
You're gonna love it.
The wife and I just finished episode 3,
On season 4.
season 3.
Okay, dude. Season 3. Dude, so much stuff. Like that whole season. Like where you're at. I don't know if it's that episode or the next episode that the big thing happens.
It's going to be the next episode.
Okay.
Because I could tell this whole episode was built up.
Yeah, I love shows like that where you're like, something's gonna happen.
Well, dude,
Somebody's going to die.
I hate Ethelwald. I just got to say that. Like I hate him so bad.
Which one's he?
The nephew, the fat guy that always does the fuckboy shit, basically.
Oh, that little rat bastard.
Yeah.
I hate him too. Like the wife and I were sitting there and I was like, why is he acting tough? Like, didn't they make him cry and shit and piss himself in season 1?
Yep.
Yeah, he's a little rat.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Character development, guys.
I hate him. Anyways,
Let's do it. Getting the news.
So before we move on, hold on. The mobile game that I started playing, Bleach Immortal Souls.
oh nice.
Oh,
Really?
that's actually not too bad.
Yeah, nice.
It is.
Huh, so check it out.
I just wish I was more of a Bleach fanboy, and I would definitely play it.
I also bought a couple of things. Well, I paid for shipping and used my Sony points to get it, but
Yeah, close enough.
I ordered it and it should be here by our next show, but I'm not sure. I bought 2 steel books and
Oh, I know which ones.
2 basically art collectibles. And I'll talk more about them when I get them in, but I can't wait for that.
Yeah. Surprise for next week.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. All right, guys. So, with that being said, let me see if this works. Nope, it didn't work the way I wanted it to. So I'm going to do this here and then go back and do this here so that we get the cool little transition. Back to the news. So, we I don't want to say we got a busy week, but we had some big title or big news things come up. Actually, before we do the news, this is a new segment that we talked about, and I believe that Jay is ready for it.
Oh, I am ready. I did my research.
We have the debut of the Rapid Review. And now we got the cool little transition again.
Should I pull up a 2-minute timer on my phone? Oh, on screen.
Fancy.
They didn't see my pew pew. I had to do it again.
It's okay, bud. It's okay.
All right, just let me know when it's time. All right, so I am doing a rapid fire review on Call of Duty, the newest update that they've done, because apparently they just keep updating the game. And it was another like 20 to 30 gigabyte update. And here's the problem with one thing. I'm gonna touch on this real quick. They update whatever they did, bog down the queue timers bad. There's video of people waiting 5 minutes, 20 minutes just to play a game of multiplayer. And in a Call of Duty game, that's ridiculous. You should be able to jump into a queue right away. If it's a mode that nobody plays, I can understand. But like earlier today, I was trying to play Team Deathmatch and waited a good like 3 or 4 minutes. And that's Team Deathmatch.
Is that a lot?
And
I haven't played COD online in a while.
So yeah, it's a little too slow on that run. But on the opposite spectrum, they added new guns. They added a LMG that's the recoil is ridiculously low for an LMG. Instead of an LMG shooting and then stabilizing itself after the first few bullets, it's almost like a laser with the right attachments. The Benelli pistol that they added with the Season 4 update, I finally got to test that out. It's pretty good. I definitely enjoy it. Waiting to use it on hardcore because that's the only way you can level up pistols. Other than that, they fixed a little bit of it today. I played a little bit and it didn't take me as long as to get into the queue, but it still took longer than it probably should have. All in all, the update's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. It's about right in the middle. If they can figure out how they're going to work and tweak the system, it'll be great. Boom. How much time to have?
And with like 15 seconds left to spare.
Damn,
Ooh.
dude. Nice. Very nice.
Right?
Okay, well, we're going to take the 15 seconds. Emulated says there's no audio on you, Rob.
Yeah, that's because the way that I had the scene set up, it was supposed to do that.
Oh, okay.
But there's
He muted you guys, but me, right?
Yeah, I muted everybody but Jay.
Okay.
Okay, sweet.
You know,
Fair enough.
I'm trying to be professional as I can be with this. Like, you know, this being like our first full-blown professional episode.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so now we can move on to the news.
Well, we got game releases.
Yes, well, I consider that news.
Okay.
I just didn't mark it. Yeah, me not being professional.
It'll take like 5 seconds to read through those.
Right.
So
So for our free games of the month for Xbox Gold, you have available from May 1st through May 31st V-Rally 4 on the Xbox One. And then from May 16th to June 15th, you have Warhammer 4000, Inquisitor, and Martyr.
40.
Or 40,000, my bad.
Okay.
And then taking it back to the Xbox One, it's available, or Xbox 360, also available for one, but more of a classic style games. You have Sensible World of Soccer, available May 1st through May 15th, and Overlord 2, May 16th through May 31st. I've heard Overlord's pretty good.
Yeah, it's definitely an underrated game.
And then for those PlayStation users, for the PlayStation Plus free games of the month, originally it was leaked that we were getting 2 really cool games. Nope. We get City Skylines and Farming Simulator 19.
Yes, Farming Simulator.
Ooh.
I already got
Get them
Farming
tractors.
Simulator on PC. I don't need it for PlayStation. Thanks, Epic.
Right.
No, thank you, Sony.
Wow.
They dropped the ball.
They definitely dropped the ball on that. Like, it's frustrating kind of because this is like the first time this year that they've released crappy games. Now they've released games that I've had, or at least one game. Both of these games are pretty crappy. Let's be honest.
They're niche.
But the Farming Simulator, man. You got them sweet tractors, you DLC, and like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sarcasm for guys who don't know me watching. That was sarcasm. Just turned it out there.
All right.
Plowing the hose.
Phrasing.
Phrasing.
Okay.
Phrasing still a thing? So,
Phrasing.
so moving on to news. Up first, we had a huge announcement, and I think that this was mainly due to the fact that everything else is pretty much being canceled. We had Jeff Kigley. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. Go ahead, Jay. You can get on me for it.
Keeley.
The G.
He announced Summer Game Fest. And what Summer Game Fest is a huge months-long celebration of video games. And it's pretty cool because there's a bunch of different people that are getting involved in it, including Bethesda, Blizzard, CD Projekt Red, EA, Microsoft, Riot, Sony, Square Enix, just to name a few. They're all getting in on it, and there's going to be in-game events, breaking news stuff that, like, shadow drops, basically, free playable content, in-game events, all kinds of really cool stuff that's going on from May through August. If you want more information on that, you can go straight to the website of summergamefest.com and sign up for their news email because they don't have a schedule released yet. But I am really interested to see what some of these shadow drops are. And I'm wondering if we're going to get console release information from this.
I mean, with E3 being basically put down the drain, it'd be ridiculous if we didn't at least get something.
Right.
True.
If we don't get like at least a reveal of, I mean, because Sony's going to be there. Sony wasn't at the last two E3s.
Well, Sony wasn't going to be at anything this year.
So if they don't drop like at least what the look of the PlayStation 5 is going to be, it's going to drop interest down, because I can already see people were claiming Xbox is winning just simply because they revealed what they look like.
This month, I guarantee we're going to get a full drop.
I hope. I
will put money on it at some point this time. At this month, we will have a full drop with the image, the price, and the release date.
Not to mention they've already. I'll wait till we touch on that subject, but they've already dropped a next-gen game that's going to be out for PlayStation 5.
Oh, yes.
True.
So,
Bren, you want to talk about that?
Our next gen game that's coming.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm. That was a perfect segue, and I didn't even know it.
I caught on to it, and I was like, I'm using it.
So we got a new Assassin's Creed coming, and from the article posted on GameSpot, they're actually going back in the story.
Yes.
So this new one, Valhalla, that we have coming, it is set, if I remember, 3 to, where is it at?
9th
Oh,
century.
roughly 100 to 400 years prior to the events of the original Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Now that is a hell of a window, 1 to 400 years.
Well, it's in the
Where's
9th
the time
century.
frame from Origins?
Yeah, they're going.
Origins was supposed to be the first.
Yeah, it's Origins and then Valhalla.
Oh, okay.
They're going back, and they want to. I guess they want us to dive more into the hidden ones. They're calling them.
Okay, so
in the order of the ancients,
right,
and how they went on to form the Assassin's Brotherhood
and the Templar.
and the Templar Order.
Yeah.
Now that was the part. That was the part of the story that really caught me for the earlier Assassin's Creed games. I dropped out after Black Flag. What was the one that launched with the PS4? What was the Unity?
Unity, yeah.
I got halfway through that and I dropped out. I started losing interest in during Black Flag, because they got further away from the original story. They were focused more on the Templar side of things and the real world part. Like they started dropping the story outside of the Animus, and I lost interest.
I did too. Dude, like,
You just became this cubicle worker who was using somebody else's DNA to go back and do the story, and it just felt disingenuous to the original game.
Well, I mean, Desmond's story, even though he had died, wasn't over yet. Like,
Spoiler.
Oh, come on.
I mean, I'm guilty. I've only played maybe one
that was
Assassin's
like 2
Creed when it came back on
generations
the
of
day.
games ago.
Okay.
Systems. But like what was the
from the trailer that we got, I liked it.
Yeah, it looks.
The trailer helped build a little interest and hype there.
Did you notice something about the hidden blade?
It's up top instead of down bottom now.
Yep, it wasn't wrist. It wasn't bottom wrist mounted. It was top wrist mounted.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that the moment he did that, and just I was like, oh, orgasm.
Oh my!
So yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, it might get me interested.
And that is
like that.
They're still aiming for the holiday at the end of the year. At the end of this year.
So I'm thinking it's going to release with the PS5.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Oh yeah. If you want to build, interest back into the Assassin's Creed world, yes, take it back to the original story and drop it with the new console.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd be down for that.
By the way, I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so far all we got is the trailer and the rough window.
Yeah.
I mean, Odyssey dropped in 2018.
Well, they were dropping games every year for a while, and then they said, "Hey, hold up, we're going to take a break." They didn't drop one in 2019.
No, they may not have dropped a new game in 2019. but they dropped 2 massive DLC expansions, Legacy of the First Blade and The Fate of Atlantis. Both DLCs were split into 3 episodes each, and together all 6 chapters almost doubled the length of Odyssey's story.
And I'm okay with that.
Oh, wow.
Like that there feels like a genuine move to keep the game moving and keep it improved.
Yes, when you drop massive DLCs like that,
Yes.
I can get behind paying for those.
And
Well, I looked it up. So what they stopped for Origin had a 2-year development cycle. And now that's just when the game was released. There could have been a 3-year development cycle with pre-production
right.
while they were working on what I can't even remember what the last one was. Black Flag, was it before that one?
Well,
Or one of them.
before
What, from PS3 to PS4?
No,
before Odyssey.
just in the Assassin's Creed timeline of game releases.
So
So they were releasing every single year after 3.
yeah,
Or no, after 2, after Ezio.
yeah. After
Which made sense on that one because they kept the same character, just make them older,
yeah,
update the character model, and then move them to a different location. And then that's when they like Unity and Syndicate
there was
were riddled with glitches.
well, there was Unity, there was Syndicate, then there was
Origins.
Origins, and then Odyssey.
Yeah,
I keep
And-
forgetting about Origins, even though I have it.
Odyssey actually, it wasn't a full 2 years before they released. I think it was like a year and a half,
Yeah.
but it still had plenty of time because they still
Yeah.
used the basic RPG model that they coined with Origins, which I liked.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Oh, I did
mainly because I like RPG games, anyways.
All right.
Yeah.
But and then they jumped into another. By the way, it was already leaked that it was going to be Valhalla. So as soon as they announced that, that's when my hype got
Well, yeah,
raised.
it was leaked.
I mean,
It was leaked as Ragnarok.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Um,
fair enough.
Yeah, and then everybody was like, "Oh, there's no new Assassin's Creed called Ragnarok coming." No, there's not going to be any of that. They're lying to you. Ubisoft pushed back all their development.
Now,
and-
see that there is something that fully surprises me. This is the only thing that we have a solid release thing about
since they pushed everything back.
since they pushed everything else back. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Now, what I'm curious of is if they pushed everything else back for this, so that they can crunch
Maybe.
on this.
I can see it. Like I said, they're dropping this with the new console.
Oh yeah.
Another factor
Interest in the
goes into
Assassin's
it.
Creed games has died off tremendously.
Well, another factor that goes into it is Ubisoft games in general has died off. With Breakpoint, that's when they got reamed hard.
Yeah, but
Because a lot of reused systems from Far Cry, a lot of reused systems from Ghost Recon, which it's the series, so you're reusing the same series known stuff, and then they reuse things from Assassin's Creed and The Division. Like most of their games started blending together, and that was the biggest thing in criticism that everybody had against
that's the
a
thing.
Ubisoft game.
Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs, I felt was fresh and new. And that's one of the new Watch Dogs 3 is something that I'm excited for whenever that comes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait.
But even Watch Dogs is kind of tied into Assassin's Creed.
Kind of.
Really?
Yeah. Now it's tied into it. Like there's different things that you can do that you can find the assassin symbol in different places and
shit.
If you check certain people, they work at Abstergo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, fair enough.
But yeah. So, Steve, you want to talk about the next topic?
I shall, yeah. So we're looking at the Days Gone studio. I think it's Bend.
Bend Studio.
They're actually hiring for a new AAA game, and it looks like it's gonna be headed for the PS5. So that's good for you guys who like that studio. Basically, they're just asking. They're ones who did Siphon Filter series, Uncharted. So I'm guessing portable,
Mhm.
the portable editions.
Yeah.
Nice. This was spotted by Push Square. The applications are for, applicants with experience creating cinematic quality facial articulation, 3D audio,
Yeah.
which were all used in Days Gone. So I guess they're going to make a big game for this, and I guess people are going to be excited for it.
Yeah.
Nothing too much.
So if they're going for 3D audio as well, do we think this is
PS5?
geared towards PS5 as well?
Oh yeah.
After
Yeah, Well, the reason they specifically put 3D audio, that should be like an automatic,
Well, here's the
because
thing.
PS5 is trying
Here's
to
the
push
thing,
that.
though. there was a form of 3D audio in the original Days Gone.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So this is likely to build upon that, I think. I'm super stoked for this. Days Gone is one of my favorite games.
And they're also saying that not sure they're looking for a job listing for work on Days Gone sequel, but it's also likely they'll have to wait a while to hear anything solid about this.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of hype, a lot of speculation.
Well, yeah, if they're still filling positions to even make the game.
Senior positions article actually mentioned too. So
Yeah.
big stuff.
So yeah, I'm interested in that. I'm interested to see if this is going to be Days Gone 2, how they're going to do it, where it's going to pick up off. I don't know if Jay, if you've played that. I know, Bren, you didn't. Right?
I played it. I didn't beat it. I know the ending, though. Roughly. I forgot, like, the exact definition of it, but I know how some of the path goes.
So, we were talking about this whenever we first started Warp Point. And we just started the Discord, and I was trying to figure out different things in Discord. And I figured out how to block text for, like, spoiler alerts.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in it, I put about the twist with Sarah. And what's funny about that is my wife's name is Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I went on this rant about the twist and everything. And Brendan goes, "Oh, please God, I hope you're talking about Days Gone and not your wife."
I mean, that's understandable to confuse the two.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll have to see how that goes.
I'm hoping it's a Days Gone sequel.
Do you think
make a new IP on that?
Yeah, me too.
So do you think they're trying to just like misdirect people by saying it's not going to be for a sequel, but we're going to hire you guys for a new AAA game?
Well, it doesn't say anywhere that it's not for the sequel.
Yeah.
True, but
It doesn't say that it is or isn't. You know?
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
50-50 BS. Like, it could be, but it's not. We don't know. We'll see.
That's a good thing about NDAs.
Yep. So, Jay?
All right. So there are more Series X reveals coming soon, according to Big Boss Phil Spencer. He said from here on out, there's going to be a more heavier focus on games in the Xbox Series X presentations, which means someone's been on the internet lately. So the Series X is due holiday 2020. That's how most of the consoles are, world situation withstanding. But up until now, we haven't had any reveals, and this is GameSpot reporting it too. Beyond Halo Infinite and Hellblade 2, we've forgotten some indie games, and we got an Obsidian game that looks pretty good, interesting at least. So in an interview with IGN's podcast, he said Phil Spencer has said that change soon and future reveals will have much greater focus on games. So again, he's been on the internet.
Yeah.
When asked if there's anything left to say about the system herself or whether it was all games from here on out, Phil said that there are still things to reveal about the system and services provided by the Series X. What they've announced so far has done to make room for games and reveal. So they basically revealed the specs and how it's going to be, quote unquote, one of the most powerful consoles. Yeah, air quotes. But they haven't really said too much on that. Now, going back into the article, we know games are what people play, says Spencer. You don't play viable rate shading. You don't play ray tracing. You play the games that use those technologies. Showing those technologies off have paved the way for them to show how their games use them. It is one of the reasons we had Hellblade when we did the unveil at the Game Awards. I thought showing up at the Game Awards without a game would be a little tone deaf.
Yeah.
Still need more than one, bud, but I'll cut you some slack.
Right.
So he promises that Microsoft is definitely going to be leaning into games talk now, which means that to me it means that there's not going to be as much software talk unless it's like, hey, you can do this now with it.
Right.
The audio is going to be better for this, or so on and so forth. Because I mean, having a Netflix app or a Hulu app isn't too hard to do on a console nowadays.
Right.
So we're looking into more games, frankly, third-party games, as well as great games. So Microsoft is more focused on the games more so than their third-party or first-party titles, which I like.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of times third-party games make a console, because third-party games is why I jumped from Xbox to PlayStation 3. All the games that I played anywheres were third-party, and I like the console better. I like not having to pay for online, so it was an easy solution to go play PlayStation 3.
And not having to have batteries every like 2 days.
Hey. Do you know why the
I'm
Xbox
sorry,
controller
I
has
could've-
batteries?
Oh, here we go.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because it makes you feel like you're loading your weapon.
That is the only cool thing about. That's the only thing cool about that. It's.
I
it's
was
semi-
thinking it
it's-
was just trying to steal them from your mom's vibrator, but whatever.
Oh.
like some
Okay,
like
I can
Nintendo
help
shit
myself.
back in the day with your Game Boy, you running Pokemon,
Right.
run out of batteries, so you go eject the remote batteries
But-
and shit.
Phil did.
I mean, that's
also
fun. Safari
comment-
Zone.
Phil did also comment on the impact of COVID-19 on the system and Halo Infinite, reiterating that the system will not be delayed. They always say that. I'm not until it fully comes out and they have an actual launch date. You'd never know.
Right.
So he also said Xbox has a winning plan, and that's quoted, for how it will compete with the PlayStation 5.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying he had to get on the internet. He might be watching our show, honestly.
Yeah.
Because that's what we
could
talked
only
about.
wish.
Yeah, right. But that's
Sounds
what
just
we
for
keep talking
keywords.
about is there's not enough games for the Xbox to build up hype. Yeah, you can talk about how powerful the console is, but
Well,
unless you're showing games that push the envelope, and I don't mean pre-rendered cutscene,
But you know what?
because you can make anything look better with pre-rendered cutscenes.
One game that I think that they need to push more on that they did last year's E3. Dude, you got to push Cyberpunk more.
Yeah, but it
I mean, you had
being another
Keanu on
exclusive.
stage to do that at Microsoft's keynote.
But
You're beautiful.
Do you realize that Microsoft always pushes? I mean, I love Halo. We've talked about this before. I fucking love Halo. It's amazing. But they're always pushing that one or two trick pony.
Yeah.
Always. Which is cool. Like I said, I'm not knocking on Halo because fucking Master Chief.
Well, you know what?
Or Gears.
With the summer event coming, the summer of gaming, as I'm dubbing it,
Trademark that.
we're gonna have to just see where it goes.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I should have trademarked months and months and months ago, like last November, was 2020, the year of the delay.
Yep.
Shit, you're right. I do remember.
Yeah. So speaking about the pandemic a little bit more, we had news this past week that GDC 2020 is shifting to an all-digital event. Now, they originally had pushed it back into late August, I believe, and now they're just going to an all-digital thing in order to keep participants safe. And, I mean, it makes sense. But now I feel like this here is just going to be played into more of this summer event.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually okay with that. You got GDC, you got E3, you got numerous events that had to be canceled or pushed back. And now you got a place and a platform for everything to come out and feel included, because you got Gamescom, GDC, South by Southwest, E3, huge events for the gaming community that now can all be pushed into this digital event. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad idea having everything digital. It is a digital age, really.
And I've said it, but there's been interviews where several indie developers have admitted that if it wasn't for the GDC, their studios would have gone under.
oh yeah,
They rely on that contact.
right,
Well, not contact, the showcase.
right, yeah,
To show what they do and to get their game out there
the
for
publicity.
people to buy. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
So I'm glad they're at least doing something
right,
and
I mean,
not outright canceling the whole thing.
yeah.
That's the thing. If you can just do something, because most of us we're in a digital age anyways. Most of us have Facebook. Most of us have Twitter. Most of us have any sort of live service that we can watch a live stream on.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
just post it there. I mean, granted, it sucks. You can't get that camaraderie of hanging out. I mean, you guys went to,
Boston.
yeah, you went to Boston
For
and went to a convention.
Pack.
Or
And
PAX East, yeah.
yeah,
City 3.
it slipped my mind too, just because there's more things on my mind of what's been canceled on what's been actually been able to go to.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, you guys see how conventions are set
It
up
was
and how
awesome.
they run.
It was really
and
awesome.
it's a great event and a great time to go to.
Yeah.
It fortunately just sucks for everybody because I mean, humans are social creatures. We want to be able to socialize, and conventions are the best way to meet people that
Right.
Yeah.
we're gamers. It's a gaming convention.
So Jay,
Perfect place to meet people.
talking about canceled conventions, you want to talk about the next one?
Evo 2020 is canceled, and for those who don't know, Evo is the biggest fighting game tournament for pro players in the world. You got Tekken.
He's very upset about this.
I love fighting games. I suck at them.
I'm just
but I
saying,
love
buddy. I
fighting
feel
games.
bad. I feel bad for you. It's okay.
That's what I watch. I watch those tournaments and go, all right, here's what they can do with their characters. Can I even try to emulate it? And
Right.
short answer is no, but I try. So it's canceled, but they're going online only, which I love anyways, especially with a lot of games. A lot of fighting games have really good netcode to do online only.
Yeah.
So it does help on that. So Evo 2020 organizers, and this is coming from GameIndustry.biz. Evo 2020 organizers struck their plans for the Las Vegas fighting game tournament for weeks in the face of COVID. Finally, they had to say, this is it. They announced on their Twitter, and I quote, "Due to COVID-19, we are sadly canceling Evo 2020 at Mandalay Bay and refunding all purchase tickets." Now, it doesn't cut the whole quote or put the whole quote there, but it puts most of it. The health and well-being of our community is our highest priority. We hope everyone stays safe during this time. It had been set from July 31st to August 2nd. Organizers are also planning an online replacement this year to keep the Evo spirit alive. We're going to be fighting to keep this going, but that's just me. They don't ask me about marketing. After the postponement of GDC and the cancellation of E3, so that goes right into Rob's thing. Evo organizers had originally planned to go ahead with the show, saying in mid-March is moving forward to hold the event as planned, and then obviously we're still dealing with the pandemic, so it is what it is. It's sad, but I'll still watch it online anyways. It's not like I can afford to go to Las Vegas.
Right.
Fair enough.
One of the most expensive areas in America.
Not to mention, I couldn't afford to lose money at Vegas, and I know I would.
Right.
Come on, guys. 4 of us go to
How would I
Vegas. Have
lose all
some
my money in
real,
3 hours? It's been 3 minutes.
some hangover shit, man. Hangover shit. Come on, let's do it.
So talking about delays and stuff, Bren, you want to talk about the next thing?
Oh, yes. It's a game I personally have been waiting a long time, ever since, what was it, E3 when they announced it
What? Well, yeah,
with a
I think. Well,
small trailer.
I think that was what E3 2016 that they originally announced it.
Was it? I was thinking about 18
I thought
or 19.
no,
was it?
they've been like talking about this for years.
Yeah. So we're talking about Ghost of Tsushima. Now, its original release date was set June 26th.
Right.
And everybody was expecting it to be pushed back into August, mid to late August. But here it's actually only being pushed back a couple of weeks. It's now July 17th,
Right.
which a lot of people are like wiping the sweat away because, the year of delays, everybody's wondering, with the pandemic going on,
Trademark.
like, putting money away, figuring out what I'm going to buy, what I'm going to wait to get, to hear that it's only a couple of weeks, it's like, whew, all right. I'm still set on getting this when I planned on getting it.
Right.
I'm excited for this game. It looks awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah. Me too.
I'm not taking anybody's word that, it just looks like another, Soulsborne type, clone. No.
But it's a samurai. Like, if anything, it's
Yeah.
it's closer to Sekiro.
Kiro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even then, it's interesting. I like the trailer. I can't wait to get my hands on that.
Mm-hmm.
And pre-orders are still available. They're still doing them too.
So talking about Ghost of Tsushima, and it's direct link to The Last of Us 2. Steve, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure.
I hit him with a
Get my
surprise.
notes. Get my notes. Wait, what am I doing now?
The Last of Us 2.
Oh, okay. Put me on the spot. Thank you. Thank you very much. Whip my notes out. All right, for the last two of us. Well, can't even speak right now. God. So, the Last of Us 2 release date is confirmed for June. Awesome.
June 19th, yeah. So, coming June...
So, it's going to be either... Very good.
I was going to say, coming June 19th, which is pushed back 3 weeks from May 29th, which is when it was originally supposed to release. So, it's nice to see that it only got pushed back a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it definitely looks like it'll be around the same time as Ghost of Tsushima. So that's cool.
Well, and that was the thing.
Just a couple of days.
That was the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm curious if they pushed back Ghost of Tsushima 3 weeks because they pushed back Last of Us 3 weeks. You know, because it kind of makes sense that way, that they don't have two huge games that there's a lot of hype built around releasing at the same time.
Well, yeah, just like, yeah, you don't want to do like screw the one over because of the hype from the other one.
Especially
so it
because
definitely
they're
makes
both
some
Sony.
sense.
Like,
yeah, for sure.
You know?
Just like other movies and stuff like that. Like, was it Disney was releasing two major movies? They were like, we need to like offset this a little bit.
Yeah.
Because like, you're basically against yourself with that.
Right. So there's a little bit of good news. We got The Last of Us 2 coming.
And they're not delayed as long as everybody thought it was.
Right.
Because of leaks or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
I'm not
on the
talking
interwebs.
I refuse to look at any part of those last leaks. If the story gets ruined or spoiled, I'm going to that leaker's house and I'm throwing something through their window.
Hi, are you what blah 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 on poopshoop.com? Well, yes. Yes, I am.
Are you Poon Hunter 69? I don't believe it looking at you, but are you Poon Hunter 69?
I love that you guys instantly pick up on Jay and Silent Bob references. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, so on to another new thing that we're trying for the first time. We've been trying to build some hype with this.
Oh, yeah.
We are doing a streamer spotlight. And
Spotlight.
what we're going to start doing is having fellow streamers on to chat and, you know, push their channel a little bit and just hang out with us. So
And get to know them.
Yeah, get to know them a little better. So this week, for our debut on this segment, we have ImmolatedSouls. We'll play a quick video from him, and then we're going to get into a short interview with him.
Oh! Oh! That was sick.
Whoa! What just happened? What just happened? I have no idea what just happened there.
And what's going on? I got to make that full size because I suck again.
Oh.
There we go. There we go.
You're
Oh.
elegant.
Suck again. So, this week we are joined by ImmolatedSouls. How's it going, buddy?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Doing well.
Not bad.
Excited,
not bad.
excited for this new segment. You know, trying to help our fellow streamers out.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit of your background.
Okay, so I am 30 years old. I have been on Twitch since Twitch first came over from Justin TV, which was in 2012, I think it was.
I didn't even know that. Wow, nice.
Yeah. And I used to watch like Dr. Disrespect, Tim Tatman, Ninja, those guys when they just started out on like Justin TV, right before they transitioned over to Twitch. And then I streamed for the first time on Twitch after that transition period. The first game I ever streamed was State of Decay on the Xbox 360.
Nice.
And that was so fun because I had like 50 plus people watching me because, like I said, the game just came out at that point. I had about 50 people watching me. I had all these questions going on, but at the time, I wasn't really focused on chat. I was more so focused on playing the game. So I was just playing. I come over and there's like 50 people watching me. I'm like, holy crap! Everybody's asking me all these questions. So that was like my first time streaming. I really liked it at the time, but I wish I could have actually stuck with it a little bit longer at that time. But of course, we all know life hits us. I mean, it's a common thing. Everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't stream for a couple years, and when I came back and started to watch live streams again, Tim the Tatman, Ninja, Dr. Disrespect freaking blew up. And I'm like, damn, that could have been me. Like, I could have been in that original, like, OG squad of people if I would have just, like, you know, kept on with it and everything. But I mostly stream variety stuff. I play a whole roundhouse of stuff. And Rob will tell you, like, I was playing Classic Doom the other night because I just felt like playing it.
Oh, it was so awesome. I was so happy to see that.
Thanks, man. Yeah, and I completed Doom Eternal about a week and a half ago, I think it was.
Nice.
And
Nice.
that game is so stressful at the end.
It's a Doom game. I would expect.
Unbelievable how stressful it is. But I'm also trying to start to do more like just chatting streams too, like kind of like how this is, like, you know, have people hang out with me, talk to me, things like that, watch YouTube videos, you know, discuss stuff, you know, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's basically who I am in a nutshell. I'm just a regular guy that works, and then when he comes home and just streams and plays video games, that's all I do. So
Awesome.
Nice.
Very nice, dude. Awesome.
I can dig it.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with a question here. What got you into streaming? What
got
really got your attention into doing it?
Okay, well, like I said, I was in the Justin TV era, so that was way before Twitch even became its name that it is now.
Before they got their Amazon money.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, like, I had heard about it. I was like, live streaming. Like, why would you want to, you know, watch somebody play a video game when you could just do that yourself, you know? So I watched, I think it was Ninja was the first person I watched on there. And then I found out about Tim the Tatman, Dr. Disrespect, those guys. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, that's kind of cool, you know, whatever. And then as I started to get a little more popular on Justin TV, I was just like, he's getting a lot of interaction. A lot of people are talking to him. I mean, that would be kind of cool, you know, to try out. And then when they switched to Twitch, I tried it out for the first time. And like I said, I had like 50 people watching me, and they're asking me all these questions about the game. And I was just like, I was blown away by like the interaction. And I was like, wow, this is a great thing. Like, it gets me to chat with people, meet new people. And I basically give my own review of a game. Like, what, you know, what's better than that?
Right.
So
Fair enough.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely awesome. We get to the next question. So I know you said you do a variety of games, but like, do you have anything specific or like your niche? Like, do you genre, etc.?
Mostly within like the past month, I've been playing a lot of Doom. Because I just purchased the 25th anniversary editions of Doom, Classic Doom, Doom 2, and Doom 3. And then, like I said, I beat Doom Eternal. It's I wouldn't say I have a niche, but I do like classic shooters because that's what I grew up on. And
Same. We're all about the same age, so yeah, it makes sense.
yeah, so like you think about it, when Doom came out and you played for the first time, like that image sticks in your head.
Oh yeah.
Like you're just like, there's nothing better than that.
Yeah.
So, and I always think that there's always a niche of people that'll sit and watch Doom streams all the time, and there's like 40,000 people following that game or something like that, and
Nice.
so like I said, that's basically what I've been playing currently is just Doom, because I enjoy that game generally. But like I said, I'm trying to expand my boundaries more. Like I tried Death Stranding for Extra Life last year, and after 4 hours of playing that game, I had such a headache because there's so much going on in that game. I just like couldn't process half the stuff going on. I was like, okay, I need to change games because this is just giving me a headache at this point. But yeah, so like I said, I just mostly stick with first-person shooters and Doom and things like that. That's a game I'm good at.
Right.
So.
I do for sure. No, definitely have to have your thing for sure.
And that's the thing. Do what you like and not what everybody else is into.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For sure. Like.
So we talked about games that you do stream. Is there any particular games or style of games that you don't stream? Like maybe say you tried streaming a game, it didn't really hit your viewer mark or what you wanted to do, so you just played it in your pastime, or just anything that you don't play on stream.
Freaking Fortnite. I can't stand that game. I cannot stand that game anymore, man. I played that game when it first came out, and it was incredible. I loved it. It was fun. I could play with friends. It was like, I had nothing else to really worry about. But now with all the stuff they have going on, I tried it like 2 or 3 months ago. I just tried to play it one time. I was like, nope, can't do this. There's just too much going on in this game. I don't know how people can enjoy this game. So that's like mainly the one game I won't stream. But there's also some like other games I don't stream because they're really graphic intense, and my computer wouldn't be able to handle that with streaming also. So that's like pretty much it.
Right.
Got
it. Okay, so
very nice.
With the streaming, what are some of your goals, both short and long term?
Well, I have one of my short-term goals achieved, which I actually hit last month in April. I became an affiliate after 8 years of being on the Twitch platform.
And that's
awesome. Congrats.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Thank you. And surprisingly today, I don't know if any of you guys seen it, but I got 7 subscriptions in one day, and that freaking took me by total surprise.
Heck yeah, dude.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, my short-term goal, like I said, is achieved. I wanted to become an affiliate for a long time, and that's happened. My long-term goal is I would like to become a partner eventually. I'm aiming for at least December of next year, I'm hoping. With how things have been going and sponsorships I've been getting from, a lot of these smaller companies, they can potentially become really big, assets to me.
Right.
In the future.
Nice.
So like I said, I want to become partner, and I would love to hopefully get a sponsorship from G Fuel. That's like a number one thing for me.
Heck yeah, dude.
So, and I would like to get the attention of like Dr. Disrespect, especially because he's like my main reason I stick with streaming, because whenever I watch him, I'm just blown away at his production value. It's just, it's amazing what he does. And
I'm right there with you.
Is simple stuff he does too, and it's just like all that stuff just goes a long way. Like it's incredible. I would love to be that level one day.
I always looked at Dr. Disrespect as like the streaming version of Howard Stern. Like that's who he is to me.
Yes, that's exactly who I think of him as. He's literally Howard Stern of Twitch. That's literally what he is.
Gets it. This guy gets it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you've been on the platform for a long time. Well, you were on it, then you took a break and you came back. Now you're on the up. What are some of your best and worst moments
On
from streaming?
On stream, my best
Yeah.
moment was actually what happened this morning. Literally what happened this morning, because I was doing a charity event for Pause Your Game, and one of my sponsors that I've barely had for maybe a couple days, they donated $200 to the charity, and $100 was donated to my actual campaign, and then $100 to the actual organization themselves. So
That's awesome.
they donated.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You might be asking what charity?
It's
if you're doing this for.
It's called Pause Your Game. So basically, their
Okay.
mission is they're trying to raise money and awareness for no-kill shelters and
Ooh, awesome.
things like that.
Awesome,
yeah,
awesome.
what they're trying to basically do is they're trying to try to not get animals killed that don't need to be killed necessarily.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
trying to,
for sure.
you know,
For sure.
they're trying to get adoption rates like really up in America because it's horrible. It's like 800,000 animals that die
wow.
a year because of this.
That's sad.
Yeah, and then today, like I told you guys earlier too, Chicken Hat gifted 5 subs, and now I have a total of 8 subs total on my stream, including my own sponsor. They came in and followed me and then subscribed to me, and it was just like that was the best moment I've had so far.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Awesome, buddy.
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. So the
So
worst.
keep it up. Keep it up.
Dude, I'm trying, man. I really am, honestly. The worst moment that I can remember, the worst moment I had is I was off work one day and I was streaming Hitman, and there was 3 guys that randomly came into my chat, and they were just talking. They're like, "Hey, can you shout out our friend?" And basically they were trying to get me to say a racist term on stream, but in a name format.
Yeah.
So I was just like, nah, get out of my chat, dude, and I just banned all 3 of them instantly.
Be gone.
Yeah,
Be gone with you.
So yeah, that's like the worst thing I've had happen so far, besides streaming to no viewers and basically talking to myself for like 3 hours a night. But
The struggle is real.
Yeah, I feel you there,
that's
man.
Brendan. That's Brendan. I feel bad for Brendan. He's like, dude, if he built it, they'll come.
Right.
and Brendan, honestly, just post on Twitter, man. Post on Twitter and use those hashtags. That's how I got noticed.
Yeah, I do. I hit the social medias. I got to work on my hashtag game, though. That's where I'm lacking, is my hashtag game.
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh, we had a Steve problem. Steve issue. He disconnected. Oh, he's back.
Okay.
Oh, there's a Steve.
Wait, I'm back. It's only took forever, but listen, it went the whole time without kicking me. So thank the Discord gods.
It's getting better.
Right.
The fake 5G gods.
And guess
Fake
what?
5G gods.
It's just in time for you to do yours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn it! No, I'm kidding. So you notice with us guys, we have our certain routines prior to the show. Like, do you have any kind of things you do before your show, like routines, or you get hyped? Like, what do you? What's your process, man?
Well, basically, all I do is before I even consider hitting that go live button, I do a test record to make sure everything works correctly. It's only like a 30-second clip I take, and I just run through my alerts, do scene transitions, things like that. And then when I hit go live, I usually wait about 5-10 minutes, and I post on all my social media that I can within a 10-minute time frame, and in Discord, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically it. And I have music playing the whole entire time while people wait. And I know it's not everybody's favorite taste in music, but it's.
So to say, what do you?
I love the music, man.
What gets you?
Yeah.
I mean, so what do you listen?
What I listen to, literally everything except country and classical and straight piano music. Because piano, country, and classical just puts me to sleep.
That waiting room music.
What's funny is I used to play orchestra for years, so I understand that
Nerd.
I honestly do not understand how people can find that exciting to listen to, because I work in Mercedes, and a lot of these people are older,
Right.
and whenever I get in their car and the radio's on, it's like classic music, and I'm just like, how do you find this entertaining?
Wait. Question. So I always ask Brendan and Ross, their mechanics, or Brendan's mechanics. I'm like, Do you mess with people's presets?
Oh no.
So, so
You get yelled at for that, at least where I was at.
Yeah.
yeah.
One dial turn, like 0.6, 0.7, or just.
Yeah.
just
I
bad?
will actually go through their radio presets or their CD and see what they're listening
He
to.
judges them. He judges them.
I do. I'm not even gonna lie, I do it. I hear your music for 30 seconds, I'm like douchebag.
Yeah, it's so true though.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I don't go through presets, but if you're listening to like a certain style of music or NPR or anything, I'm like,
Oh, dude, and the worst is like you get those people that listen to Fox News, and I'm just like, oh God, you're blind as a bat. Really?
CNN, any of the two extremes, I go, all right, turn it off. Oh, hold on, let me listen to the article. Okay, turn it off.
Yeah. Political bumper stickers are another thing.
Oh my
I love
God,
it.
dude.
I love them.
You have no idea how many of those I see a day, especially on a Mercedes. And I'm just like, you're just ruining the value of your car with that sticker on it.
But each sticker's like 5 horsepower, I thought.
No, not when it's
stickers.
political.
Oh,
They're-
okay. Oh, okay.
Bumper stickers
And it's
aren't
only
stickers.
Asian vehicles that works.
Okay, okay. So it's like
You
a
gotta have
negative.
an anime
Gotcha.
waifu. You gotta have all that.
Oh my goodness.
Uh,
Nice.
All right. So since we're talking about current state of affairs with people in their radio stations, has the whole COVID-19 affected your stream positive or negative in any way?
Actually, extremely positive. I was actually thinking when this was all going down, I'm like, people are going to have their set people they're going to watch because they're already subscribed to them. I ain't going to get nobody watching me. But actually, it's done the exact opposite for me because what I do is I think I don't want to think the worst, but I think the worst, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Well, it's fine. No, you're good.
I agree with you because I'm what I coined a hopeful pessimist, where I hope for the best, but I expect the worst.
No. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah.
it's helped me drastically. Like I'm getting a lot of viewers. I'm getting a lot of good things happening for me, and I just think that if people really put themselves to it and actually put in, some work, I guarantee you could probably get noticed, and especially this time because what else do people have to do?
Yeah.
Like seriously.
Agree.
Fair enough.
So
with the cancellation of a couple different events and everything, and not really as much information on products and stuff coming out, is there anything that you were looking forward to in this upcoming year, whether it be gear or games or tech?
That's a really good question. I really haven't. I'm going to be straight up. I really haven't been paying attention to what's been really coming out because I'm more so focusing on saving my money as much as I can. Like if I browse and I happen to see it, then yeah, I'll read it. But I don't make myself get excited over things in this current state right now. If it was a different time, then yeah, I would actually be doing like some actual research, looking at stuff, seeing what's coming out. But I mean, as of right now, honestly, I have everything that I need. I mean, there's not really anything I could want except I need a computer desk, but of course that's freaking delayed to who knows how long.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, there's nothing I can think of right off the bat that I've seen that's really like caught my eye and made me actually be like, dang, like I really want to get this.
Right.
I mean, except the Switch
Fair
and
enough,
Animal
fair enough.
Crossing, but you can't find
Oh
that.
God.
I mean, I'm
So
with
many
you on
good
that. I'm waiting for this
That's
move before I jump on the Animal Crossing bandwagon. I got my Switch,
Yeah.
but I just
The
need my
memes, guys, the memes.
The memes.
From Animal
Yeah,
Crossing.
the
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 memes.
memes.
I love the fact
Yeah, the
Terrible.
memes are good.
I love the fact that Doom and Animal Crossing came out at the same time, and there was such a crossover with it.
I think my
There's a
favorite
video I
meme
saw the
was,
other day.
the anime pro tags like JoJo and like all the big guys like we're here for Animal Crossing, and then they had like anime girls like we're here for Doom Eternal, please.
Yeah. I thought that was great.
Oh man.
Lord.
So, we were talking. Rob was talking. Delay of games, gear. We have the other things that were canceled. Are there any events you're looking forward to? Do you have any charity streams coming up as well? Also,
there is going to be another charity stream for Pause Your Game. I think it's going to be next month. I have to get in contact with the owner, the coordinators, people like that. They don't have a set date yet because this is like the first one I ever did, so they want to see how good this did, if they're going to continue it or not.
Nice.
And actually tomorrow in the afternoon or evening, late night, I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway because I became an affiliate.
Nice.
I'm going to be giving away for console players. I'm going to giving away some controller grips. I'm also going to be giving away a $10 gift card to either Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, or to Steam.
the eShops. Okay, sounds good.
So all the eShops basically. Then I also have, I don't know if you guys remember these, but do you remember the Call of Duty code dog tags that came out at GameStop when a new Call of Duty came out?
Oh wow.
Yeah, I have like 5 or 6 from when Call of Duty Ghosts was coming out.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to be giving one of those away with it as well. So not only do you get 2 things physical, you also get something digital as well.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sounds like a really good plan, man.
yeah, I mean it's nothing crazy. It's just I want to say thank you. That's basically all I want to do.
And
No, you don't have to go all big and out for a giveaway. You just got to show appreciation. A lot of people are just happy to get something, and at least something minor that I got this from such and such, and they can hold on to it.
yeah.
Exactly.
And all of
Very nice.
his streamer link is in the chat for those that want to go check it out, and that has links to all of his social media.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Drop that streamer link.
Oh yeah, I gotta drop the streamer link, man. That's where it's at.
And let me just say, I've caught a few of his streams. He is a very good person to actually engage in his community.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you're in there and you comment on there, he'll definitely read your comments and hang out.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Very
Oh
nice.
yeah. I've been there.
Thank you.
Just gotta give you that positive plus right there.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's the big positive. He is a streamer who watches his chat.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing's more frustrating than a streamer who doesn't pay attention to his chat.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know why like the big guys even have a chat. Like what's the point? You're not even going to say anything anyway.
Yeah.
I told Rob and Steve about it. There were a couple bigger 14 streamers that I tried talking to.
They annoy me.
I tried talking to, and then I'll see them look at their other screen for chat, and then they'll just keep going.
Yeah.
I actually saw some guy, he was, I think, running Samurai. I was like, you got all the time in the world to look at your chat. Calm down. Don't think you're better than
Now, I will say this: some of the bigger streamers, they don't necessarily talk to their chat when they're playing, but like if they're in the middle of game modes and matchmaking and all that, they'll jump over there and go, thank you for resub and this, and then they might see a comment that sticks out to them that is highlighted, and they'll be like, oh yeah, such and such, and it gets hard when you got like thousands of comments coming in, but
Yeah.
it's
Well,
doable.
yeah, fair.
And-
but like,
and I
at
mean,
least,
yeah,
like,
that's-
honestly,
That's understandable. Whenever if you're in a high stress situation, you can't be expected to look at your chat and everything. But yeah, there are moments in like when you're waiting to load into the gulag or do whatever that you have a second to look at your chat that you can just say, hey,
Well,
thanks for this, thanks for that.
well, from watching you, Bren, and Jay, even like the times I watch Jay's, like, you'll take a minute. Like, Brendan will be doing something, Rob will be doing something, but you'll like stop for like a minute and be like, oh, let me read some comments and
Yeah.
reach out to the viewers.
Yeah, whenever
kind of thing.
there's a dead spot in the game, we like to do that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, if you want people to watch you, I would understand, like, you would want to give them, like, a little, showing them that they're welcoming your chat and that you're, like, actually, like, one-on-one with them, like, letting them feel they're involved, I would think.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, Rob and I definitely have time to chat because we spend a lot of time coming in and out of the gulag.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I feel you on that.
Oh man.
We want to thank you, Emulated, for coming in and actually having
Yeah,
an
dude,
interview
awesome.
with us.
Keep it up.
We enjoy hanging out with you, enjoy talking with you, and we're excited that you're going to hang around for our main topic discussion today.
Yep. Of course.
So today's main topic is leaks and how they hurt both the industry and the gamer themselves too, and what our overall feelings are on leaks. So, Emulated, with you being the guest, do you want to start?
Yeah, sure. Leaks hurting the gaming industry. I actually think sometimes, depending on the leak, they can actually benefit them a lot better, because people see, like, oh, you can do this now in this game, like, oh my god, that's never been done, whatever.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I think it also, I don't know, like, it also can hurt a game also, because it's like, they'll go to like an E3 conference or whatever, and then it'll be like, hey, we're doing this in this game, and everyone's just like, yeah, we know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we already know that. What else are you telling us? But
Right.
there's both sides to that story. Now, if you don't care about spoilers, then okay, look for leaks. But if you don't want any spoilers in a game, then don't look for leaks. I mean,
Exactly.
I don't look for leaks half the time because I don't know if to believe them or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And yeah, I agree 100% that it's definitely a double-edged sword. It could definitely help, but it can also hurt. Like you said, depending on what the leak is, depending on when the leak is, how close to final production the game is, how close to putting it out.
So
And
you can also attribute that to. All right, good. Sorry, finish.
I was just gonna say, and like the whole reason that we kind of decided on this topic was with The Last of Us 2 and the spoilers getting leaked for that. That there was like, I could see why there'd be players that'd be like, well, you know what, this doesn't interest me anymore. Like this happened or this is happening, and I'm not down for that. So
No, I get it.
I could see where that would hurt, especially with that style of game.
Yeah. See, I wanted to read it, but at the same time, I don't want the game ruined for me.
Yeah, I didn't read
Like
it
I
at
said,
all.
I absolutely loved the game when it came out on PS3.
I have. I couldn't help myself because I'll be completely honest, I wasn't really too hyped for Last of Us 2 anyways.
Yeah, like there's all this talk that it's like over the top PC culture, all this other stuff. Like it's very.
I mean, the leak I saw came from 4chan. So obviously take that with a silo of salt.
Yeah, I mean it's 4chan.
I don't trust anything on 4chan just as much. Like I trust 4chan less than I trust Reddit.
Do you think 4chan started?
I trust a glass of tap water from Flint, Michigan more than I trust 4chan.
Wow.
Damn.
That's a lot of
That's
trust.
some trust
that's
issues
bad.
there, Bren.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
Wow, you went there.
so I don't know if any of you guys saw the Amazon listing, but so far, Last of Us 2 is actually, it was number 2, and then they refreshed it, and it jumped up to number 1 on pre-order. It has beat Assassin's Creed Valhalla in pre-order,
Nice.
which I can understand because it's more closer to the release date for Last of Us 2 in comparison to whenever Valhalla is going to be released. They still haven't gave a release date for it.
Right.
Mm.
Plus, The Last of Us isn't a game that's been beaten into the ground over the years.
No,
That's
and
true.
I mean, I brought up the fact that I've seen the spoilers. So there is video of certain spoiler events, but the rest of the 4chan post hasn't been confirmed.
Yeah.
Like some of the major plot points that have been touched on, there is video on it. But like as for like the quote unquote ending of the game and all that, I haven't seen any video related to it. I just know if that does go the way that the 4chan post said, there's going to be a lot of disappointment when people reach that end.
I mean,
But-
for sure.
And that's
I'm one
what
of those
makes me want to read it.
Well, I'm one of those people, like, I can read spoilers, and I don't really care about spoilers. I'll still play something and watch something because spoilers can touch
Same thing on
on
movies. Same thing on movies,
they don't
too.
touch on, like, the nuances and the symbolism in a lot of games and media. So, like, maybe, like, I can't really say anything. I'm trying to think of something to say, like, there was a spoiler on it. Or Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Yeah, there was
yeah.
a spoiler on that. Like the whole last of season 8 was pretty much revealed of this is what's going to happen,
Right.
and it did happen some of the ways that they talked about, but there was a lot of nuances and symbolism and things that just weren't even talked about in spoilers.
But Jay,
Yeah.
it's the internet, man. It's the internet. You have to,
Well,
take a
Basically, if you're
Everything with a grain of salt.
if you're
Silo or
interested in
Brain.
something, stay off the internet. That's the only thing I can recommend.
so something,
if
So-
you want something, you gotta stay off because I've had parts of Final Fantasy VII remake spoiled for me.
Same, Jay. So the same thing. I was going through an article and I was just scrolling. I'm like, shit. Curiosity, shit.
nope.
Mm.
See, anytime that gets Final Fantasy gets mentioned, I exit the article. I'm done right then and there. Like I don't want to.
But like, it wasn't exactly like for
because
it's
everybody
just
keeps
certain
telling me-
changes.
Everybody keeps telling me that the ending is totally whack, and I'm like, I don't want to know.
Well, see, I didn't
until
see
get
that.
there.
I just heard about certain new things they added elements, so I didn't really spoil it, but it's still kind of like,
But
okay.
with the leaks and stuff, something that I thought about, like originally it was thought that this was somebody that was inside either a contractor or a recently ex-employee for either Naughty Dog or SIE. But what would drive you to actually leak any information?
To be an asset.
Well, here's the, here's the
Emulated brought up a good point with those people trying to get him to say racist shit. There's just people that just want to watch the world burn.
I understand that, but listen, if you're in the video game industry like that, like you're in, by releasing this leak, you are committing career suicide. Nobody will ever hire you again in that industry.
Well, if they have a good online identity that doesn't trace back to actually who they are, then they're okay. But if they're stupid and just make up something quick, that can really screw them.
Oh, yeah. Well, even then, I mean, this is Sony we're talking about. They're going to do everything they can to figure out where this leak came from.
Oh, yeah.
And
after the big tarnish that their name took back in the PS3 days when that hacker got everybody's credit cards.
Oh, my God. I forgot about that.
You know,
well, don't forget about Microsoft too. Microsoft got hit.
Yeah, and I mean, Nintendo just got hit too.
No. Oh yeah.
No way, really?
What is it? 160,000 accounts.
Jeez.
And they used old software from the Wii U or the 3DS, I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
To be able to hack the eShop.
Which they didn't do anything to strengthen their software or do a new program to run their eShop. They just used the same thing, dumped it up to this.
I mean, there's a coin phrase called Nintendo level protection, like, security. So I mean,
well, but like I just, to me, like, if you're in the inn like that, like working for Naughty Dog or SIE or one of those big game developers, I mean, I understand crunch time is rough, and you know we hear about it all the time about how those guys are getting beat up, but to go that far to commit that, you know, it's against the law. Like there's non-disclosure agreements all over the place that you're breaking.
True.
And to do that and go against that, and on top of it commit your career suicide, like you have to be treated,
was it worth it though?
Right.
Like,
is it worth
worth it?
So obviously the leak for The Last of Us was a not good leak, but we're not talking about the flip side of a company that drops the leaks and to drum up hype, because there's been plenty of companies that have dropped like, small bits and pieces like this was anonymously dropped.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Look at the
new, but it drums up hype and people are excited for it.
Like something like the movie industry too, kind of thing. They do the same shit.
There is some good leaks, but it has to be a good controlled leak. Like these companies know what they're doing when they leak something.
Yeah.
Like this trailer has been leaked online. I said, no, you did that on purpose.
No, trailers are going to be released. I'm talking more about like maybe a character model. Or
we're talking about games, but like there's still similarities, kind of like in the same sense. Like you're gonna selectively let these leaks out just to get hype, like you said, kind of thing. And that's for a good purpose. People who sit there and have no lives and want to screw people, like they're the a-holes of the world.
And we've talked before. I can't remember which game it was, but this was a couple months ago where we thought that maybe something was leaked to drum up. Oh, I think it was with the Xbox. Whenever the design
probably.
was leaked.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, the console design.
Yeah.
Good meme. Good meme.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that there can't be good leaks at all. And I guess whenever I worded it, how does it hurt the industry? I should have said hurt/helped. Because it is
Mhm.
definitely two-sided to it.
Yeah. It ultimately, like Jay said, man, people just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah. Right.
Pretty much.
I mean, a character model, okay, like The Last of Us 2, Ellie's character model leaking, that's fine. The ending, that's just a dick move.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, total dick move. But I'll tell you guys this though. Like, let's say a streamer gets a hold of an early beta or alpha release of a game, that's when I'll watch.
Right.
Mhm.
Because I like I said, I do not trust articles. I do not trust these leaks they post on Reddit.
So,
I just don't trust it.
It's like data miners too. I know there's a lot of data miners out there, like Discords and other stuff like that. So
You
like,
actually have that proof of the data mine. Like it literally, like Mortal Kombat, for example, they data mined like most of the characters that were going to come out for.
So for 14, every new patch comes out for 14. I watch videos like Happy or something, and I'll watch this or that, and then like I try to avoid the internet when it comes to that because data mines and all that. I'm like, all right, this is cool, and then like it's supposed to be good, but it also gives you like, oh shit, they're gonna ruin this. So you get all this anxiety if they're gonna ruin something, then it ends up not being that bad. So
Yeah.
Right.
I said, I believe in controlled links. I believe controlled links happen a lot more in the industry than they like to put out.
that's fair.
Especially when
Yeah.
big sources like, for example, GameSpot, IGN, Game Informer, when they report on a leak, I believe that was a controlled leak. But when like
Yeah.
Twitter, Reddit, and 4chan really touch up on leaks, I believe that's a leak that wasn't controlled and shouldn't have been out there in the first place. And it does hurt the industry. I will say this though, like because I touched upon it real quick before, Steve said what he said, but like Mortal Kombat, for example, they data mine that there's supposed to be a character named Ash, and everybody thinks it's going to be Ash Williams, which please. Fujin, Shiva, these are characters that people haven't played in Mortal Kombat for years.
Right.
And it drums up hype. But the last combat pack is done. They ended it with Spawn, and then there's been no mention if they're going to release a second combat pack with these characters that have been data mined. Literally the name is in there.
Right.
That's when I take data mine seriously, when they have the actual name of.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
For sure.
Yep. That's when interest in the game drops, streams start dying off, and then games like Mortal Kombat, they just fall a little further down out of the view.
Yeah.
Right.
Because of their content, they don't get much view anyways. They don't get much as far as marketing goes.
Fighting games are a niche, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, mash and bashrooms, of course, that's a staple in gaming community.
Mash.
We all do
bash.
it. I mean, we still buy that. We still play those.
I love.
Well, let me
mash
ask
and
you
bash.
guys. Let me ask you guys this question: what's your thoughts on Valorant?
So
Ooh.
I haven't watched it. I haven't played it, and I don't plan on it.
I'm not a.
I think it's killing Twitch, to be honest.
Oh, the spammable videos, right?
well,
And then hopes of a rare drop.
well,
so to
not only
speak.
that, we touched on this last week, and I think I was very adamant about it last week that I hate it. I hate the idea of it. To me, what they're doing is they are pushing the rise and fall of certain streamers, because
Ooh.
I don't know what their algorithms are to figure out who gets a drop, but I know that there's people that were watching for weeks.
Multiple screens. I know people with
Multiple
multiple screens.
Yeah, multiple streams for like a week before they got a drop, like hours, like 15 hours worth of gameplay before they got a key.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I was watching Dr. Disrespect play it like almost 2 weeks ago, and I watched him. I think it was for like 5 hours. Well, I wasn't actually here. I had the computer on,
Right.
and I just was watching him, walked away, did stuff. And then I got a notification on Twitch at like 3:30 in the morning, but it was the next morning when I woke up. I was like 3:30 in the morning. I was like, what is this? And then it says you got a Valorant key drop. I'm like, that's been like
Nice.
3 weeks I've been watching people. Like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
3 weeks
yeah.
later.
Another thing too that I saw was, especially right when I first started Twitter, Dr. Disrespect tweeted something or retweeted something that somebody was trying to like dunk on him, pretty much. But in order to get a drop, you had to have drops enabled.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So somebody
The
was
streamer,
complaining-
the streamer themselves has to have it enabled, and
Yeah.
people don't realize that.
But like you have to literally put it in your title, drops enabled, so it drums up the hype for that person to be watching your stream in order
Yep.
for them to hopefully get a drop, because the Valorant developers and all that, they're watching the streams, and they're not going to watch a stream that doesn't have drops enabled to see who's in the audience that they can drop the
Oh,
codes.
fair enough.
Well,
I mean,
Synergy.
Yeah.
the point I was trying to make is I think how they did that game, like with advertising and everything, like there was no advertisement for that game whatsoever.
Right.
And when I first watched it, I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. I was like, who made this game? And then I seen it was Riot. I was like, wait a minute. Riot Games made this?
Yeah.
Like, they've never made a first-person shooter. Like, this is their first big first-person shooter they're ever making. So it's like, the games I compare it to is basically like, it's Overwatch mixed with CSGO. That's basically the two games that it is combined.
Yeah.
Now, there is certain things that are unique about it, and which is pretty cool. But to me, I don't see that game exploding like right now, because everybody's been streaming it and everybody has seen the same 3 maps.
Yeah.
Everybody's seen all the
okay.
weapons.
Okay.
Everybody's seen all. Well, I don't know if this is all the characters, but there's 5 or 6 characters I think you can choose from. But like everybody's seen everything. It's like, well, okay, this is a unique way to introduce the game to people, but
So you think
what
it
are you
backfired,
going to
maybe?
offer after that?
Well,
I
and,
think it's going to
So-
go the way of Apex,
So, oof.
well, see, and
Apex is still popular,
Well-
but it's not as popular as it was. Like everybody was considering it to be the Fortnite killer.
well, and here's the thing.
Yeah.
So,
Nothing's killing Fortnite.
so in chat, Synergy said that first of all you had to do to actually get a drop was connect your account and watch for a short amount of time, and then you were just randomly selected. That you didn't have to keep watching. I didn't know that. I thought that you had to actively watch to get a key. He also says, it's still in beta as well, and they just added ranked matches. Now, see, I take the beta name anymore as with a grain of salt, because Fortnite's been in beta for 5 years now.
Oh wow.
Oh no, it's in early access.
Early access,
And
beta,
that's
it's
the other.
same
That's
thing.
the other reason why. That's the other reason why I don't like that game, is because it keeps saying beta in the top right corner. It's like, are you guys ever going to fully release this game? Like, what are
Right.
you waiting for? You guys have
Wait,
made so
wait.
much money off of this.
I did not know that it's still considered beta. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
early
it says
access,
it in the
but-
upper right corner.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
early
we all said
access.
early access, beta, whatever.
Yeah,
The
it
fact
says
that-
early access or beta in the top right corner, and I'm just like, are you ever going to fully release this game? Like, what are you guys
Here's the
doing?
thing about that too. The battle royale is obviously done. They've had that game done for years.
Well, and I was gonna say-
like they've been working on Fortnite for a while. The early access part, the portion, is you have to buy the campaign. So there is a story, there is a campaign, but yeah, again, it's like,
Is there?
I love Warzone. Yeah, there is.
Oh,
It's the Save the World.
Oh.
Nobody plays it because why would you pay for a game that you get for free?
yeah.
Exactly.
But like Warzone, for example, it still says beta. The game's pretty much finished. I mean, with glitches and stuff they got to patch out. But that's any game nowadays. They half-ass any game release, in my opinion. They put it out when it's in a 90 or 75 to 90% completion, and then fix the rest of it with patches.
Well, see, the other thing that I could see them taking Warzone as research to put out a full game
I mean, yeah, fair.
in the future. You know what I mean? Like, this is our a beta. This is how we're going to test stuff. This is we're going to see what works, what people like, and then we're going to turn around and we'll sell this game under a different name with other features next year.
Hmm.
You know, and that's
Fair
why
Yeah, fair enough.
that's why Warzone is free on PC. That's why it's free on console. You know,
Well, again, it has that title of beta.
right? Because
So
Yeah.
but as for like Fortnite, I don't see what else they could add to it. You know, it.
Well, yeah, because they're what, at like season 12 already?
they're on chapter 2, season 3. I think is the new one that they're about to put out. I want to say. I
Oh.
think they just did season 2. Season 2 is that new
That's when
covert ops shit.
well, isn't that when we thought that the Fortnite was ending? Like they did the whole
Yeah, the whole black hole.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like I literally sat and watched that black hole for like 1 hour one night because the Fortnite World Champion was streaming. I was like, oh, let's see what this is about. And then his game just like fucking, went to that black hole, and I was like, oh, is it like done completely? I was like, did they just say, all right, we're done with the game?
Right.
You guys can't play it no more. But the other reason why I was watching him too is because he actually lives literally 30 minutes away from here.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So he's like a local star. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. He's a local star. Whatever. I'll watch him for a little bit. And he kept getting like, people throwing hints at him on Twitter, like, hey, this number is going to show up at this time. You got to watch out for the numbers and, all that crap. But on another subject with like patches and stuff, I don't know if any of you guys remember this. Do you guys remember when Modern Warfare 2 released and people had the model 1887s on release night and they shot like a mile away and killed you in one hit?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, you have no idea. If I was streaming back then, you would have seen some rage.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Modern Warfare 2 is what got me into online first person. I mean, Halo did, but like my hardcore competitive side started with Modern Warfare 2.
I don't remember which Modern Warfare it was, but online there was a map where the edge of the map was surrounded by like pipes and stuff. I don't know if you were on like an oil rig or something.
Oh, that's Rust.
But they would throw hatchets as soon as the match would start, and it would ricochet off the pipes and kill people.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Within the first 5 seconds of the match starting. So frustrating.
That happened to me more times I'm willing to admit on stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Synergy asks, do you guys think that the term beta helps the company in position to fix the content? For example, players complain about a game and the company turns around and says, but it's in beta, and uses that as an excuse.
Yeah, it's an excuse.
Definitely.
In my humble opinion, it's an excuse to
I agree.
go, the game's not finished, guys. You wait till the finished product.
Well, if they do like what Fortnite does and say early access and or beta for, like 5 years, that's not an excuse anymore.
That's way past beta phase or early access.
Beta phase is a year and a half, in my opinion. If it pushes anything more than that, and you're not actively, introducing new content and new features and trying to figure out how you're going to make this game, then you're just using it as an excuse not to be able to say it's fully released. And with a full release, that's when you get reviews.
Right.
That's some bullshit then.
Because I think I can't remember what it was. It was like IGN or one of the big top game review sites, but they were basically like, all right, Fortnite's been out for a year. We're going to head and review it. There's no point in not reviewing it at this point because there's already millions of players doing it, and we're not going to wait just for them to go, this is fully released, guys.
I mean, just add it up to it, just patch everything else. Just not keep it open beta.
Fair.
Yeah, but
whatever you want to call it.
But see, I also think on the flip side, I don't think a company should release a game that is still in beta phase, as they put it. I think you need to, like you said, Jay, like a 75 to 90% completion rate. Beta to me is more like a 30 to 50% finish ratio. That's what I think when I hear the word beta. It's about
fair enough.
halfway done.
Well, see,
I remember the good old days on Xbox where the betas were
a
like.
company should do that because it's not fair to the players and it's not fair to them to release, a half-made product. It's just not fair.
Well, and I'm okay with betas to an extent. I think it was Black Rose or Black Desert or something like that.
Black Desert.
That there was an open beta a couple weeks before the full game came out, and it was just a weekend long. It was free access, or maybe it was a week, but it was free access. You got to go in, you got to play around, you got to check it out. I think there was a Monster Hunter beta week too. something like that, I'm okay with. I'm actually okay with saying, okay, well, we're going to do a couple of beta weeks. We're going to do a beta week here, run some stuff, see how it turns out. All right, this is what's wrong. We're going to fix that, and we're going to see how this works. And, do it like 3 weeks of beta, broken up, between 2 months or whatever. But, yeah, I agree. When you put out a game, it should be a complete game.
Mm-hmm. Well, as unfortunately with this online-only culture that we have now, more and more companies are putting out, like, Anthem, Fallout 76, games that weren't completely finished.
Well, and then,
why would you say that devilish name of a game?
At least they're working on it. But like, there's also
he's better.
Flip sides too, like No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky came out, got review bombarded hard because it wasn't.
Oh yeah,
I remember.
He's like, yeah, there's going to be multiplayer. No multiplayer. Yeah, there's going to be this. None of that.
Yeah.
And then now, like, they have multiplayer. They have mounts, and you can talk to different characters and base build, and like, they did it right. There was even an article that was like telling people, or telling like the Fallout 76 and Anthem, shut up, work on your game.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and go, this is what we're doing, guys. Just do it.
Now,
Sorry, child buff.
Well, No Man's Sky. That's randomly generated. So I think someone said there was like 1 in a million chance that you'll come across an actual live player while exploring.
Hell,
yeah.
it's a hell of RNG, man.
Because of how vast it was, yeah.
Yeah, there was almost infinite possibilities for planets. So to actually come across another player in the game, it was astronomical.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's like World of Warcraft times 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Except
I mean, we all. Oof.
Yeah, oof.
Oof.
Now, and for me, like, a beta is something to work out bugs. It's never meant to be, even if it's going to be a free game, it should never be out for more than a month, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I agree with you too, but it also can drum up hype really well when it's a successful beta.
I understand.
Because Battlefield 1 had a beta for like a week or maybe a weekend or to a week. I can't remember the exact time frame because it's been years since then. But that drummed up hype, and the developer DICE took in consideration what they were told.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, to add what Rob said, like, I know there's certain betas that come out like maybe a month or so, or there's like a weekend or like a couple day time beta. Like, if it's going to be almost released, I can see them doing a beta just so like, okay, this is the last before we actually do this product, so we're gonna do some tests,
right,
kind of thing.
And yeah, that's what it should be. It should be, hey, we are close to this game being done. We need to test servers. We need to test.
Oh, for sure.
How, and NPCs are going to react to multi people doing it or whatever. But this is to see how it's going to react in the public to a public setting.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll see how it reacts. We'll fix it, and then we'll give you guys the full game.
Any game developer that's like, break our game, you have my vote of confidence on this game's going to be good, because you want people to break it so you can figure out.
Sure.
Exactly.
Because I hate saying it, but like Fallout 76, for example, they had people that found glitches, found exploits, and then they banned those players.
Right. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Well, I don't know if you guys remember Battlefield 3 beta.
Mm-mm.
I actually found a glitch to where I was infinitely crawling and slowly going down the map, and I was like, I sent DICE and EA a video. I was like, really, guys? Like, I was just crawling, and then all of a sudden I just fall through the map. Like, come on, this is a junk beta. You guys can't even fix collision detection. Like, come on now. Like, and the other thing is too is like, Call of Duty and Battlefield are infamous for this. Whenever they do a beta, they're still never prepared for the major release, because the servers get so clogged up that you're waiting 5 minutes almost every time a match ends. Battlefield was even worse because on the release night they had a 20 gig update.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
20 gigs on release night. I'm like, why do I have to do an update on release night? I shouldn't have to do anything.
Didn't Gears have that problem too? Gears 5?
Which Gears?
Gears 5?
Good question. I'm not entirely sure.
I know Gears 5 launched buggy as hell and that there was a bunch of people that were highly upset with it. And then I think the next day it got like a 30 to a 40 gig update. Like it was a huge update.
Damn.
Wow.
It's almost a full game.
Yeah.
Almost.
And even now, like even after that, the update didn't necessarily fix everything. Like they couldn't understand what was going on. Or well, not that they couldn't understand it, they just like refused to fix it. And I know a lot of people that have like completely separated themselves away from the Gears.
I mean, I've seen comparison videos of, I think it was Gears 4 versus Gears 2, and Gears 2, in my opinion, of course, way better done than Gears 4.
Yeah.
You shot things, they actually reacted. Like they showed statues crumbling by shooting bullets with the Lancer,
Right.
and then they would show a similar scene in Gears 4 where it didn't have that.
Yeah.
Characters would get hit in Gears 2 and they'd actually react. Gears 4, Locust would be basically bullet sponges.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or whatever
the piss out of me.
whatever the new enemy is, the Lambert or whatever.
Don't get me started on bullet sponges.
Yeah, but
No.
But
you know, there's some things they do, but some things that, I mean, this is a console that was on 360, or a game that was on 360, and a game that's on Xbox One. You have more power with Xbox One than 360.
yeah.
You should be able to have better detection issues and structure degradation and all that.
Because
Right,
they put more into the graphics and not more about like how you said collision detection or how things react, because they're all worried about the graphics and this, that, and the other kind of thing.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is frustrating whenever you get something like that, especially from like Gears 5. How long did we wait for that? Like,
Oh wow.
Oh my gosh.
that should never have released in any buggy state, even if they had to have done an open beta, which I think a lot of people would have gotten hyped for. Do an open beta for a week to test your servers, to test everything. And that was the other thing. The servers were trash. Like, you couldn't get onto multiplayer at all for like the first week.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took them a week to fix the servers. For a game that was that hyped up, that should have been huge, there's no way it should have released like that.
Right.
And that's what a beta is supposed to do, is solve those issues.
But we'll fix it, guys. We'll fix it.
Well, that's
Like,
also like Call of Duty, like the recent one that came out. They had an alpha, a beta, and then they had the actual product that came out.
Right.
Now, I'm not opposed to having an alpha and a beta. Like the alpha, okay, like there's probably very minimal stuff you can do, you know, whatever. It's one map, one game mode, whatever. And then when the beta came around, I was just like, okay, this is literally the same thing.
Yeah.
What did they do differently? And then they were like, oh, we're releasing updates for the beta, you know, slowly rolling them out, this, that, and the third. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's good at least.
Right.
Mhm.
And then once it came out, I don't know if it was just me, but I was having a lot of problems with lag spikes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of lag spikes, a lot of waiting times. I was like, oh, this is typical. This happens every time they release a game, you know, whatever. But I think if you have an alpha and a beta, you should probably release them both, I should say, within like a 6-month time period prior to when you think you're going to release the game.
Agreed.
Even if you don't release it that day,
Right.
you know, that you had originally planned. Let's say you push it back like a month or something because
Right.
there's more bugs you discovered. Okay, that's fine. Totally fine with me. At least get the game to a state to where you're not going to have wait times. You're not going to have lag spikes because of too many players on a server at a time.
Right.
You know, just work out all those kinks. Like, that's what makes a game stick with people. You know, and a lot of people don't like Warzone because of the bullshit with the armor. The armor's a big issue.
Yeah.
Armor's a huge issue in Warzone.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, and
So-
that's even like how Jay was saying with his review, that, you know, even with the new update, you're pushing delay times into servers and lobbies and stuff, and all it was an update. Like,
Yeah.
And let me also say this too. If it's a game that's doing a new IP, or a company doing a new IP, and there's going to be issues there, I can understand it.
right.
But this is Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
They've had
They're allowed
20
to have these
years
issues.
plus to do shit and make it fine.
Well, and see, like how you were saying about the alpha, that's what to me what an alpha is. Okay, so you're using a new engine, you're using a new whatever you're using that's new. The alpha is meant to see how that's going to react. And then you go to your
Right.
beta, which is how the game, not the engine, but the game itself is going to react to mass. So I don't that's what like really upsets me about Fortnite calling their
Close
game
enough.
a
Close
beta
enough.
and or early access. And any other company that does that says, "Oh, this is early access." No, that's your fucking game. Just say it's your goddamn game. Like,
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that too, I mean, let's be real here for a second. Call of Duty, when they release a beta for whatever they're doing, that's 99% of the time the final game anyway.
right.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what? I'm okay with that. For me, like I said, what a beta is just to work out the final bugs. So if that's what your game's going to be, cool. But the beta better fix those issues.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
If you're calling it a beta, you better launch with no issues.
I agree.
Now,
I mean, I'm even fine with like a week later and having like an update patch.
I was going to
That's
say,
fine.
now a lot of games do have a day one update. To
Yeah.
where once they finished everything, they came across another bug that they didn't, just randomly expect. And you're going to run into those. But there's no reason. There's no reason that your update should be a quarter of the size of your game.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is
like a couple hundred megs, maybe,
Well,
or something,
no, I
something
mean, I can
small,
see-
whatever it's
I can see
whatever's
a couple
relative
gigabytes,
kind of thing.
like okay,
Well,
1 or 2
okay, yeah,
gigabytes
fair.
to fix something, cool. But there's no reason that you should be launching launch day with a 20 gigabyte update. Like that is
Nope.
ridiculous.
That's
I agree.
just 20 gigs too. That's too damn long. Right? I've heard people sit there saying about their downloads and like, so you got us today, but you have to sit all day to get it to download because of a big ass patch.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a
Synergy
deterrent to
brought
me.
up a really good point actually in chat.
Yeah, he did. With EA, is that what you're talking about?
No, he said, I think their biggest issue is it's different companies making the game each year, which is actually a really true statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, for some reason, my chat didn't scroll, so the last one I got was about Anthem.
It's okay.
Yeah, now that is a major issue that I think, the Call of Duty series has, because you have 3 different studios. It was Treyarch. Why am I drawing a blank on the other?
Infinity War.
Infinity
Or
War.
Infinity War.
Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer,
Mhm.
Oh wow, holy
Raven,
shit!
Activision.
No, Activision's just the
The publisher, yeah. Yeah, I think it's just those 3.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Raven too.
Raven. That was-
Oh, yeah, Raven. Yeah,
So
that's it.
Sledgehammer and Raven usually work together, and I think Raven is the one that's actually helping Infinity Ward do Warzone.
Yeah. So when you
Gotcha.
have multiple companies like that, each one's going to be different. Like you're working with new people, and you got to gain chemistry between your teams again. So I can definitely understand that. Yeah, that's probably
Well, let's compare COD 4 to right now. Like COD 4 ran so smooth.
right.
It was so smooth. The gameplay perfect. It was great for competition. This new one, yeah, it's okay for competition, but there's always like an issue with doing like team ladders and things like that on websites. There's like a conflicting issue I've seen a lot of companies having, and or event coordinators that are trying to do these events for COD, and they're having issues with like say a team loses, it'll say that they won. It's like, no, we freaking lost. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So yeah.
So
Well, on that, Emulated, you said you got your giveaway stream tomorrow?
yeah, I'm gonna take a guesstimate at this. I'm not entirely sure what time I'm gonna be streaming, but I'm gonna take a guess at about 7:00, 7:30.
Okay.
So
And
you have to be, well, there's a couple things. You have to be following. You have to actually be in the stream. If you don't reply in chat within 2 minutes, I re-roll the winner.
fair enough.
Sounds reasonable.
Interesting.
I agree with that. Yeah, it's a good idea.
And again, his links are in the chat, so hit him up.
Drop those again.
Yep, drop them again. Get in there, follow him, get signed up for those giveaways, and watch some awesome content coming from him. Because, like I said, between the music and the interaction and everything, it's a great stream that I thoroughly enjoy watching.
I'll have to check tomorrow. I'll have to check this out.
Yeah, tomorrow. Like I said, probably around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Cool.
So
Awesome.
So Jay, I know you said that you got the mini buff squad for your regular. Why am I drawing a blank now?
Warzone.
Yeah, your regular Warzone. And then
you guys for the second half of it.
Yeah, and then a little bit later, we're gonna jump on and do trio plunders.
Plunder.
And
It's the only time you have a lot of money.
And
I'll try not to make pirate quotes, but no problem.
Just as long as you don't start grabbing that booty.
Oh, got him.
And then we all know that Steve is going to be playing Final Fantasy because that's what he plays.
Yeah.
Savage, bruh. Savage,
it's what
man.
I do, man.
Savage.
I'm after Tuesday, man. Steve's going to be playing Farming Simulator.
Right.
God damn it.
So, again,
I have a hat ready too.
Yeah.
Some straw that comes with that. Yep.
So I want to thank everybody for watching or listening to us here on the podcast and just hanging out with us, listening to us ramble. Check out the socials in the chat or in the description if this is the post show, and come join us. Come play some games with us, hang out. Again, there's links to all of our socials, including the Warp Point Discord and Jay's Facebook and all of Emulated stuff. So, yeah, come hang out. Come back next Sunday, again, 7 p.m., for your weekly game update. And as always, we will catch you at the Warp Point.